Welcome to a special press release from the Rochester Honkers. My name is Clint Yarmore. I'm the assistant GM, and joining me, a guy that you've seen a lot over the last couple of years, formerly assistant coach Cade Peters, but we're going to announce that you are now field manager Cade Peters. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks, Clint. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to be back for a third year in Rochester. Really looking forward to it.
Well, we want to start by wishing Coach Herbs all the best. He took a job at the University of Pacific, and we're gonna miss him around here, but the coaching tree, you guys have been around each other for a long time.
Yeah, definitely. When I was in high school, he was at Delta playing for my dad, who was the head coach at Delta. So when I was in high school, I'd always come over and practice with Delta. And, definitely got to know him really well. And I was in high school when he was at JUCO, and then that relationship has just continued ever since.
Well, what I think is funny, and you and I were talking about this earlier, is this is not going to be technically not your first time managing the Honkers. You have a pretty impressive record as field manager.
Yeah, the last 2 years I've had to fill in for Coach Herb a couple times. I think I'm 12-1 overall as an interim manager or whatever you want to call it. So definitely have a little bit of experience as a field manager in the Northwoods League.
So normally we would ask a field manager what kind of things can we see different, but I don't think we need to do a lot of things different. At least, it's something that it's a system, I guess, that you've already been a part of for 2 years.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be nice having that experience. Those 2 years of experience are definitely going to help. I don't have to, ease myself into it. But yeah, I mean, compared to the last 2 years, I think this summer, as long as we stay healthy. Last summer we got banged up quite a bit, and that's really what hurt us down the stretch there late. But as long as we stay healthy, I think we'll have a pretty good squad for this summer.
And what I think has been really impressive about the job that you guys have done as a coaching staff the last 2 years is the ability to get the most out of guys and let them get the most out of their experience. And it's shown by the number of guys that have gone from junior college to Division 1. And this last draft, you guys had your fingerprints on a lot of guys that have gone on to play professional baseball.
Yeah, I definitely think that's where being a junior college coach comes into play. That at that level the focus is developing players. So every player I get my hands on, I really try to develop them and give them the tools to be the best athlete and best player that they can be. So I like to kind of be hands off during the summer, because they have their own coaches back at their schools. But I definitely want to do my best to develop them as players and human beings as well.
What are some things that we can look forward to when you get out here this summer? Because obviously it's going to be a little bit different, but what are some things that we can kind of look to see on the field as far as the competitive side?
Okay. Yeah, on the field, we definitely got a lot of guys returning, a lot of returners. So you're going to see quite a few familiar faces out there on the field. As of right now, I think the offense is trending towards more of a power type offense, doubles and homers. I think that'll fit, Mayo Field well. Mayo Field's a little bit of one of the smaller fields in the league. So I think, the bigger bats will definitely play well there. Definitely have some speed, though, to complement the bats. A few bases every now and then. And, arms, you got to pitch. So definitely going to be able to have to find some arms here.
And you touched on something just a minute ago, a lot of returners. And I think with, you coming back as a coach and taking over, you've worked with a lot of these guys, especially, fielding and hitting. So I think that familiarity was enticing to some of these guys to want to come back.
Yeah, definitely. Down the stretch there, when I kind of found out I was going to get the head job late in the summer, and a lot of the guys were really excited. And a lot of guys were coming up to me asking me to come back. They said they really enjoyed, what we had going on in Rochester and the system we had, and they were all, really asking them if they could come back. And so a lot of them, I really enjoyed working with them. So I was, more than happy to take them back.
And in the coming weeks, we're not going to announce here yet because there's a lot of things that need to go into it, but we will announce some of those returners in the coming weeks. And lastly, what do you want to say to the fan base that, we've had a coaching transition every couple of years. Which in this league, it's not necessarily a bad thing. But what are some of the things that you want to say to the fan base that are coming back for a 31st season?
Yeah, 31st season. I think we should definitely have a very competitive team. I've been working very hard to put together a competitive team with a lot of good players. There'll definitely be some local talent mixed in there as well. So I think we should be looking forward to a very competitive team this summer. Definitely have a lot of fun out on the field, while winning games. And I definitely think, this is definitely a summer to look forward to.
Well, Cade, again, congratulations on a well-earned promotion with the organization, and we're looking forward to having you back for a third season here in Rochester.
Oh, thank you. I'm definitely looking forward to being back for a third season.